The man never expected that when he finally walked out of the maze, he would turn into a golden beauty. He was completely stunned. Inside the maze, the person he had seen was nothing but a skeleton. So how did they suddenly gain a human body? Some time ago, he had learned from his housekeeper that a mysterious maze existed nearby. It was said that inside, there was a rare artifact that could change the way others perceive you. Longing to return to his peaceful life in the forest and live among his neighbors again, he decided to find that artifact. But on the way, he encountered a large group of pig-headed creatures in a nearby lake. Confused but determined, he fought them off before continuing toward the maze. Meanwhile, panic spread through the adventurers' guild. Word had spread that a horde of pig-headed monsters had emerged from the maze and destroyed several nearby villages. Though everyone was frightened, they quickly united and prepared to defend the city. The man, too, joined the battle. The ordinary pigheads weren't too difficult to handle. But when he faced the Pighead King, a level 37 monster, the real challenge began. Despite being outnumbered, he fought bravely until dusk and wiped out the entire group. After the battle, he remembered his real purpose, finding the mysterious artifact. When he finally reached the maze, he discovered many treasure chests. But to his disappointment, they were all filled with junk. Frustrated, he decided to return to town and figure out what was going on. Back in the town, all the adventurers were waiting at the city gates. A whole day passed, but no new monsters appeared. Just when they thought the report had been false, a lone shadow appeared in the distance. Everyone tensed up, but it was only the man, returning casually, thinking there was some kind of party going on. When he learned that everyone had been preparing for another attack, he was puzzled. But when they realized that he alone had defeated the Pighead army, the entire town was shocked. Overnight, he became everyone's hero. Yet despite the celebration, there was an uneasiness among them. Demonic activity was increasing, and many feared a collective control event might be approaching. 4 days later, he met a weapon shop owner who told him that the first few floors of the maze were merely beginner training grounds. The real treasures lay deeper down, and so far, no one had reached beyond 50 meters, even though the maze's depth was said to be 100 meters. This intrigued him. He decided to go deeper. But when he set off, the village leader secretly ordered his men to follow. They feared that if the man obtained a dangerous item, it might threaten everyone. On the way, the leader warned him to be cautious of traps, but the man laughed, saying luck was always on his side. Unfortunately, that confidence led to disaster. He accidentally triggered a hidden mechanism. Both he and the leader fell into a deep pit. As he plummeted downward, the man quickly used earth magic to create a protective barrier, saving himself from certain death. When he landed, he looked around and realized something strange. His map showed he was now on level 101 of the maze, but the maze was only supposed to have 100 floors. The air was thick with dark magic energy, almost impossible to breathe. Then he saw a massive mirror door. As he opened it, a torrent of magical energy burst out like a flood. This was the source of all the maze's power. Even the king of the maze drew his strength from it. He knew now that the final enemy was here. The divine sword he carried had been destined for this battle. But as the maze king appeared, the man could feel the overwhelming power radiating from him. He tried to flee, but there was no escape. The king's magic surrounded him from all sides. Realizing that ranged combat would be useless, he charged forward for a close attack. Yet the maze king was just as strong in melee combat. Stronger, in fact. Within seconds, the man was overpowered. Desperate, he unleashed his ultimate move, combining all his skills into one final strike. But even that wasn't enough. The maze king shattered his attack effortlessly. He stood there, gasping, his heart pounding, realizing the truth. This was the strongest enemy he had ever faced, and now there was no turning back.